Never been more ready.
2, 1. It's the Shant and Adi podcast, you guys. Episode number 3. Shant, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling pumped, man. It's my favorite part of the week.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, so we made a move today. We published the episode number 1, and we sort of arranged, and I kind of learned, I think, what a podcast is. I found out you know, Spotify, if you just type in Shant and Adi podcast, it's available. And it was weird. That was the first time I've ever pressed play on a podcast ever, and I didn't actually listen. I went back to the YouTube video.
You didn't listen to our podcast?
I did, but not in regular podcast listening fashion. That makes sense?
So, yeah, last episode, we published our first one. The second one is out next week. And this one, I'm excited because it's funny. I don't even want to talk to you during the week because I don't want to give up content. So just full disclosure, guys, we don't script anything, right? We have a general topic we're going to touch on. I kind of forgot the topic, but hopefully Adi remembers. And so it's kind of like we just go off whatever, but that's why we don't want to talk to each other during the week because we don't want to give up something good because we don't script anything.
Yeah, quite frankly, I'm losing interest in talking to him altogether, except for this podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Woo.
Okay, so let's...
Yeah, it felt like 5 years ago again this past couple days because we started obviously posting up the fact that we now have a podcast, right? And everybody needs to know about it, and nobody gives a fuck.
Not even my wife has listened to the show yet.
Oh man, I told my dad, Rob, I got a podcast. He goes, "What's a podcast?"
Yeah, so nobody cares, but it's okay. We'll keep posting.
But in our defense, nobody actually cared about anything we did, except for the fact that we were doing something, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Which is encouraging because clearly we made it this far, right? With whatever we were doing before. Like I was selling cars. I managed to get a few out. I started doing YouTube videos, and like all of a sudden I have like a few subscribers. So clearly, you know, after you do it the first time, you sort of expect the same reaction the second and the third time. And this is a problem, Sean. This is something that you don't know what you're doing. This is an actual problem.
So let's talk about social media, and like especially me and you, we started out in business and we started posting videos, right? And I was posting a decent amount, but the funny thing was, and I don't know if I even told you this, people were coming up to me and telling me, even in our own family, why is your cousin posting so much? He's kind of annoying. They're like, you post a lot, but he posts a lot more, and it's kind of annoying. Yeah. I won't name the cousins that brought this up.
I'm looking down on you guys as we're talking right now, whoever you are.
Yeah. So people get annoyed when you post, and I want you to talk about that because you are very aggressive.
Before you go on any further, I want to actually mention that I'm about to hit 15,000 subscribers on YouTube in a couple of days. Nice. I mean, everybody can pretty much eat my whole ass right now. Whoever didn't want to watch the videos. So I guess that should be said. And before we go any further, so yeah, no, you what question were you just asking me, Sean? Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. So you're getting paid off YouTube right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So people used to come up to me, you know, through text, in person, because I used to post videos. I still post videos. I was posting videos. They're like, Sean, you post a lot of videos, but Adi's just super annoying with it. Is he going to stop? And I was like, probably not. So I want you to talk about like the beginning, all the shit you got, because I could see you just boiling up right now.
I'm happy right now. I would have been boiling last year probably, but
yeah, I didn't tell you about that.
Yeah. So I took a little bit of a break this past year. I gave my Instagram following, my Facebook following, my friends a break from all this. And I know you know what I'm talking about. After November, you're like, hey, bro, did you shut down your Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Isn't that kind of like a bold move? Like, why would you do that type of a thing? It was to give, then this is the topic of tonight's conversation. It was to give my following a break because I sensed it too. Nobody wants to like your stuff. They just want to encourage you to do whatever you're doing, but nobody gives a shit, bro.
Do they want to encourage you?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's supportive of the fact that, like, listen, like, you're a car whatever, and you're a realtor or whatever your videos are referring to. We want you to succeed, but we don't have to like everything that you do, and that's understandable, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So after a while, because we're family, they don't want to block you. They don't want to unfollow you. So they got to see it. Whoever that person was that approached you and said, Adi's posting too much, that's completely understandable. That's partially the reason why most people give up anyway, is because they're thinking too much about this. I don't want to sound like Gary Vee right now, but who gives a shit if some cousin of yours that's insane that a cousin said this, because it fits the description exactly of why you give up. Is you're not getting the encouragement from your friends. Why would you get it from customers, right? But it does not work like that.
Because you feel the, people are saying like, this guy posts too much. And I want you to tell the story because it is the funniest story. We were at a family wedding and somebody came up to you and it's just so off topic, but you got to tell that story, please.
Ooh, so I won't name the cousin because that's just not cool. And they come up and they're all like, what's going on? Like, how are you doing? I keep on seeing your videos. Like, I see you're doing your thing. And I'm just like, oh, you see my videos? He goes, yeah, man. Like, congratulations. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I never see you liking my stuff. And he stopped kind of embarrassed. And he was like, ah, and I'm just like he's waiting for me to say, like, I'm kidding. And like change the conversation. I'm just like looking at him like,
and I looked at him like
my shit.
Yeah.
It got awkward, but you got to blow up spots sometimes, man. Oh yeah, I see you doing your thing. There was this is going to be, you know what? I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even, forget it. I forget I even said that. We might even snip what I just did out because I can't. But so my whole thing is right now is that I feel completely comfortable right now making this podcast and telling people about it because I've already been through it. I've already been through putting out video content or putting out promotional content for my business, whether it be Ani, whether it be BAC, then the fact that I was posting up these YouTube videos. Shant, dude, you were putting up videos, dude. You were getting likes, man. You were loved more than I was. People didn't like me because of like Ani 5 years ago, all the content that I was putting out from Ani. I've been in this game for a long amount of time.
How long have you been really like aggressive posting?
7 years, bro. Since Instagram came out, I've been posting and like promoting business on these platforms, bro, and people get sick of you, dude.
Yeah.
The algorithm wasn't around when I started posting. So they saw everything, bro. And it was probably a nightmare for them. Like, dude, God knows how many people. I don't follow my unfollows. I don't have that.
Okay.
I just notice, like, sometimes, like, I'll post something and then they just, boom, I'll lose a follower. And I'm like, oh, whoops. Like, it's going to happen. I post a YouTube video, I lose 2 subscribers. But guess what? 20 minutes later, all of a sudden, I have, like, 10 new subscribers. So it's just like, oh, good. See you later. Welcome, guys. And that's what eventually that's what happens. Just like this podcast. God knows more than, like, probably like 15, 20 people are actually going to listen to it, right? But we're still going to be here, keep on doing our stuff because at this point, we're no rookies to this. And guys, whoever's listening to this this is like I want you to know how strongly I feel about being able to put out content and not giving a flying fuck who thinks what. Your cousin wants to unfollow you or block you, or you're not gonna get, because put it this way, if you're posting up content constantly, you're posting up stories, you're posting up posts or whatever, you ain't gonna get pussy. That's the most unattractive thing you can do. But you're gonna get so much business out of it, right? Luckily, Sean's married, bro. Yeah, I gave up pussy on Instagram a long time ago because it's all business. People think I'm like this happy, cheery, like he looks too.
Yeah. That's awesome. So,
sucks. What do you mean it's awesome?
So the funny thing is, it's because I see a lot of people start doing video, and I'm not talking like posting content, like stupid ass shit that people post, like motivational, all that BS, right? Like content, like actual freaking content where someone could learn something from your video, whether they care or not. They care or not, but they're going to learn something, right? So people start, they do one or two, they feel the pressure, they stop, and they're like, I don't know what to talk about anymore. That's the cycle that I've seen, especially in real estate, but just in general with business owners. I've noticed that and they just don't know what to do and how to be themselves. I think you've mastered being yourself on video, because in the beginning, your video sucked, bro. So did mine. I was terrible. I was in a suit, all uncomfortable, trying to talk in the 110-degree weather about how nice
it sucked. I never thought about that, dude, because I was sweating like a couple days ago, like on a Sunday. I remember I was like, dude, I gotta wait until like sunset. I can't do this. I can't imagine you just starting out and doing that, dude. That's awkward.
Yeah. So, and it sucked. And you know what? I knew, and this is the problem. I think people don't understand. You're going to have to suck in the beginning, and you're just going to have to go through that phase of sucking for your first like 20 videos, bro.
And in the meantime, while you're sucking, all your friends and family are going to be watching you and judging you because of how bad you suck. Yeah.
And then I used to go out with friends. They're like, "Oh, are you gonna put us in a video? Are you gonna do a video right now?" I'm like, "No, bro, we're not. I'm not gonna put you in a fucking video. Like you have zero value right now."
Yeah. I'm gonna put you in my mortgage video because
it
makes sense.
But that's what happens, and you feel that pressure from friends and family. My dad, my loved the guy to death, but he's just like, why are you posting videos? It's embarrassing. I'm like, and now he's like, when you posting your next one?
Yeah, because like your last one was pretty, it was pretty informative, right?
So you're gonna get that, yeah.
So I just think it's just a waste of time, even like throwing it around in your mind, like, should I post it? Should I not? Because ultimately, even if all these people, remind me, searchable after I get done this, because it's very, very important. So I think ultimately you've got to realize that you look to your family and your friends or whatever, your existing subscribers and stuff, as like the initial support, like basically like your report card for how you delivered, right? And they're going to like it because it was a great piece of content, and you gather that support, right, for motivation to continuously publish content that resembled what they really, really liked. And some people, they mistake that for you actually put out really, really good content. The reason why they're liking that is just that as support. They're trying to give you a thumbs up. If you suck, you'll have no idea based off of those likes. So those likes, even if the video was good or bad, those likes were going to be there. So if I post up a fire video right now, I'll get the same 10 likes that I'm getting, even if it was even if it goes viral on YouTube. My Facebook likers or my Instagram likers are going to be the same 20.
It's the same crew. 30. It's the same crew that are liking it.
Yep.
So Why did you go to YouTube?
So what I was saying before, right? And why did you go on YouTube was the same reason why I pushed you.
Yeah.
The same reason is that we've got to, in order for us as entrepreneurs, as people that are trying to start up our own, basically establish our own brand, whether it be you're a car broker, you're a realtor, you're anything that has to revolve around pushing your name. Your efforts on Facebook and Instagram, unless you're using some insane hashtags in your descriptions, you're literally marketing yourself to people that know you inside out.
Mm-hmm.
So to get discouraged from that, let me tell you why you can very, very easily, or how you can very easily resolve that. Stop looking to them for the actual gauge or monitor for how good your content was. So the way that I solved this and the way that I got big, going back to me shutting down my Instagram and my Facebook over the winter and blowing the fuck up after that happened, right?
Yeah.
I made it so that every single piece of content that I posted up on YouTube was very highly searchable.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a Kia Forte lease and you need some help and trying to understand how it works, if you search Google, not only will my YouTube video come up, but a blog of mine will come up with the transcript of that YouTube video. How the hell are you going to do this on your Facebook and your Instagram if your profile is set to private with no hashtags and you're trying to make sure that you're blowing up? You can't.
Yeah.
And
that's scalable.
Not scalable. Sorry to cut you off. What were you going to say?
Yeah, that was it. It's not scalable.
Yeah. So, Shant, I hate to put you on the spot, bro. You asked me back in November, after that said wedding that we were talking about, where I told the kid, why aren't you liking my stuff? And I put up a video that weekend during the wedding. It was in California. I shouldn't have even had my camera, but I still did a video in the parking lot of our hotel in Glendale. Mm-hmm. It was on the Toyota Tacoma. I edited on the way while Sako was driving
to the mall.
Shant was in the car. We were editing. I was editing in the car while we were driving to the mall. I posted it. It got 12 likes. No hashtags. And I got really upset because it was a really, really informative video. So at that point, I shut down my Instagram completely.
Yeah.
And a couple of days later, Shant messaged me, why did you shut down your Instagram? Isn't that like bad for business? And I thought to myself, at this point, I don't even know what's good. Why am I doing this for 12 likes? What the hell is the point of that? And that's when shit just made so much sense, and I went completely all in YouTube.
Yeah.
So now, if you look at one of my Instagram videos, they're the same 12 friends that still like my shit. Same 12. I just managed to get some of my people from YouTube as followers now, and now it just became like 45. But had it not been YouTube, those extra likers, they wouldn't have been there.
Mm-hmm. I see it. Yeah. So you're going to call me out? What were you going to call me out on?
I was calling you out on you asking me, why did you shut down your Instagram?
Oh, yeah. So for me, it's a little different since I'm in the referral business, and posting on Instagram and Facebook is important for me. Obviously, it's a little different. It's still very important for me to be on YouTube and have a big presence. So I've been focusing a lot more on YouTube, nowhere near. Right now, you and my wife, she's probably going to hate that I said that she has a YouTube channel. She's crushing me right now. She puts zero effort. So the thing I want to ask you is, right, because I started off doing videos that were kind of not me, right? It's just, and I started watching my videos, right? And this is, guys, you guys need to be very real with yourselves. I'm watching my videos and I'm like, I don't even like my videos. I suck at them. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? Oh, come check me out at my open house. Who's gonna come to my open house?
So you knowingly published this, knowing that you didn't even like your video?
Yeah, because it was what everyone else was doing, right? So what, you're in the beginning, you were kind of like a little bit more, like different in your videos. Now you're more yourself. And I see some realtors more, because I'm in the real estate business, seeing realtors kind of what are your thoughts on like being like, how do I say this in a nice way?
A douchebag.
Or like a clown trying to be like a go viral video, rapping in their video or twirling or just doing some dances, right? But we're like professionals. What are your thoughts on that? Because I have some good ones, but I want to hear your thoughts.
So this pisses me off, right? You're basically highlighting what I'm trying to tell people to avoid is these people are trying to gather likes. They're not trying to target their intended audience, which is customers. They're trying to go viral and hope that, 15, 20 people will find out about them. So if we're going to play the viral game and we're going to do stupid shit for every single video and hope that one day it'll just pop, that's going to be a very long wait.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to be known as that ass clown realtor or car broker that just made a complete fool of himself. And what if it didn't work and people saw you in public and expected you to be a douchebag? And you're just like, nah, that's not me. So my whole thing is if you're going to be a certain way, right, be it consistently. Like my YouTube videos are sustainable for a reason, is because I'm being myself. People are like, whenever I start speaking, they're like, holy shit, bro, I feel like I'm watching one of your videos. I'm like, no, this is actually how I speak.
Yeah.
We ain't making a video right now. This is how I speak. When I pick up the phone and talk to a customer, they're like, holy crap, is this conversation being recorded on video? I'm like, no, it's not, because I'm super myself in my videos. It's just obviously we got some nice cameras now. Before we were using fucking iPhones. They were so awful.
Yeah, they were. I have a camera guy, luckily. Shout out to you, Bobby. But so, yeah, it pisses me off because what happens is people start being disingenuous in their videos, and that's why they stop, because they're trying to act, right? Be yourself, I think, right? And I think you'll attest, be yourself, put out just good informational shit that people could learn something from. Not everyone's going to care, not everyone's going to try to learn, but if think of it as a YouTube video, someone's going to search for this topic, right? They're going to search for this topic and they want to learn about it. That's your video. That's it.
So going back to what I was saying before, a lot of people, they want to gather likes, or it's subconscious. You're trying to gather likes, right? And this chick yesterday, I remember her story was unbelievable. How the message was delivered. She does like health and wellness stuff, and she was talking about her stress management, and she was trying to encourage people to just chill out, whatever stress they're having, because ultimately, obviously, it's not good for your physical health and it's not good for your mental health, and yada yada yada, or so it seemed. But if you stuck around for the whole video or the whole story, she comes out and she says, because my stress led me to develop a small tumor that needed to be removed.
Wow. And
she's saying this with her whole like calm face and everything, that like you kind of weren't taken too seriously because you thought that she was like a bullshit like influencer type. But that shit came from deep down.
Yeah.
So I had messaged her and I'm like, kudos to you. And it brings me back to that thought that, listen, you're not going to always have these crazy effective reactions or likes, and that shouldn't discourage you from constantly putting out content. Just don't do it for the likes. Do it with the hope that, listen, you got, 15 likes out of that, right? Great. One of those likes is possibly a customer or possibly somebody that learned something from that story or that video, which is ultimately, for me, when I make a YouTube video now or I put up an Instagram story now, the main goal is for, these videos originally, they were getting 200 views on YouTube. But out of those 200 views, 25, 50 people were helped. 25 or 50 subscribers were attained from those views. So that's what's super, super important to me. Like this from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying to spread. If you're going to put out content and expecting everybody to like it, you're crazy. But if you put it out, you're able to, even if your viewers, the count is limited, out of those viewers, if you were able to help or inspire 10 out of the 200, that's fantastic. Like that is literally fantastic.
Yeah.
Who cares if you lost 10? Good. Fuck them. You don't even need them, even if they are your family. See you later. I'll see you at the wedding.
doing a video outside. So what do you feel about, because I don't think all entrepreneurs or whatever, because, especially for new business owners, do you think everyone should be doing video? If you're selling your service like we do, I sell a service, you sell a service. Do you think everyone should be doing a video, like putting out content? Like, what does that look like?
I want to flip it back to you. What do you think?
I don't think everyone should be on video. I don't think, well, everyone has a different way of expressing themselves, I feel, right? Some people are really good in written form. I'm not. My wife has to edit and look at my post before I post it because it's just it's a mess, right? Some people are good on audio, just straight podcast. Some people are good on video. So I think you should stick to your strength, right? I didn't have a strength, so I just forced myself to do video, right? That's kind of what I did.
Same.
I think everyone should be doing something because, and don't be the annoying person. Not like, I don't know how to say this. No, be the annoying person, actually. Just make it good. Make it informative. I think everyone should be doing video because people like to see. People like to watch, right? Why is, what is that kind of TV called?
Reality?
Reality TV. Why do people love reality TV? Because they get to see the real, right? Even though it's bullshit now. But that's what people want. People want to see the real. That's why Instagram stories, people love watching because they're everyone's creeping on each other to see like what they're doing, right? So I think it's important. I think people want to know what you're doing. And yeah.
Well, what about the people that suck at video? Do you think that the people that suck at video or the people that suck at producing content in general, like Sean, say for instance, bro, you're just bad at producing content that's legible. Like
what's producing content mean? What do you mean?
Blog post, or you do one of those pictures that act as a post with a bunch of text in it, like, hey, don't let success or like being unsuccessful bring you down. Jeff Bezos was, you know what I mean? Like producing that type of material.
Stupid ass shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Say you sucked at doing that and you sucked at video, but you, for some reason, thought that you'd be a really, really good entrepreneur, as in selling a product. Do you think that you not being able to produce content is a good representation of you not being able to sell, and furthermore, being able to sell your product? Like if you suck at video and you suck at producing content, chances are you're going to suck at selling yourself and your product.
Well, I know a lot of top realtors who are badass salespeople suck at video, right? They just suck at content and video. I think you don't have to do it, but I think in 10 years, you're going to regret it. That's my thing. Because what happens is people are like, oh, will start when it's necessary. But what happens is when you start when it's necessary, more than likely that time you're going to suck, like how everyone does when they start. So you're going to have to catch up to people who've been doing it like yourself for 7 years. Myself for 2 years.
So I think it's very, very cool in that right now, even realtors, like I'm pumped up for you, Sean, because there's not, listen, you got to realize everybody, like if you're huge YouTuber realtor making videos, but your market is in like Florida, you popping up in Arizona and being a huge YouTuber video, a huge realtor that does YouTube, you don't actually have too much competition. That realtor is Florida.
Yeah.
Right. For me, because I cater to a nationwide audience, for me, I don't have an actual competitor right now. I'm not worried about a competitor. I actually prefer, I wish I had a few, like the guys that do photo and video equipment reviews. I wish that I had those. I'm actually at a disadvantage right now because I don't have another reference point, right? My competitor ultimately will be spending, his time advertising, and I'll be able to gauge and monitor his success based off of what content he's producing, what's working for him.
Mm-hmm.
Except now I'm stuck in a catch-22 right now where I'm the only one that I know of producing this type of content. There's one other guy that YouTube doesn't really like right now because he constantly curses in his videos, which is not good for ad rev, ultimately not good for YouTube. But he doesn't talk about specific negotiation guides like I do. I wish that somebody else would produce this type of content so that I can actually see without doing what is working. So I don't have to make those mistakes. Except now I'm constantly making mistakes. Yeah. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for anybody that has a competitor so that they can understand exactly what works and what doesn't.
Yeah. There is right now, I think there's like 3-4 people here in Phoenix, realtors who are crushing it on YouTube, social media. Well, social media, I mean, people on their own social media, that's great. I mean, I can't compete with their own social media, right?
Yeah.
But on YouTube, and I'm not going to name names, right? But my goal is to, like, deep down, like, I think about this every day. I just want to fucking crush them, bro. Like, literally, I just look at their shit and I'm just like, I have to crush them. And my YouTube's super, like right now I don't have many subscribers. I'm getting some good view counts, whatever. I'm getting people commenting and stuff, but it's actually good. You're right. It's good to have a competitor because I'm just like, I want to throw this like rock right at them, just like knock them down and just take over, bro. So it is good. You get to see what they're doing. I at first I'm like, I'm going to copy all their videos, but then I'm like, no, man, I did with one video, I did it. I'm like, that's not me, dude. Like I have to do my kind of videos. Tactically, for if you guys are trying to listen, Adi gave me a good pointer. If you guys want like some X's and O's, doing them on cities is a great, great, great way to do some YouTube videos. If you're a real estate agent, not in Phoenix though, please.
I kind of disagree with you, man. I kind of got dirty a little bit these past few months, man. I piggybacked off of some titles that ultimately doubled my subscriber count this past couple months. This is a secret. You see whoever is listening right now, you're getting some secrets thrown out at you. So the idea is not to copy a video at all, like the content itself, but the searchability of that video, or like, how popular is that video? Like some people even got banned for doing this because what they would do is literally copy paste the video title, like a really popular video title, and just do at the very beginning RE, like responding to that video. I didn't do that. I basically just rearranged the words, and I mean, it was relevant to my, you know what I mean? Like if anybody should do that video, it's me. So let me give it a crack. And that crack, it costed me an hour and a half of my time on a night that I was already going to do a video, and I got 200,000 views from it.
Wow.
And I was able to get 3,000 subscribers in a matter of like a week from it.
Wow. So you've been on YouTube for like what, 2 years? A year?
Hard, like crazy, like going at it, or just all together if you count up like the first piece of
Let's go hard. Like when you actually really started, like to like not
when
the
I
beginning.
moved into this office. When I moved into this office, the first thing I did when I got my desk set up, which was right on the other side, was I made a Jeep Wrangler video. That same
How long? How long ago?
1 year ago. I moved into this office 1 year ago. I started
1 year. You've been going hard. Okay, and I want to put into context, like, if you're okay talking about it. If not, you could cut it out.
No. This podcast, because of the fact that right now there's probably only like 10 people listening to it. I want everybody to hear because that's what we promised, Sean.
Yeah.
Open, completely open and transparent forum. I had my shirt off before this podcast. So I don't mind taking off my shirt again. I'm sure you don't want to see it.
I don't think they want to see it.
Content, but
yeah, I don't think they want to see it. They like the little Christmas festive lights behind you, though. I'm sure.
Like this.
Why? Why is that there?
Bro, in video, it looks in you know, like the background blurs. Yeah, it looks fantastic in that. Anyway, they did.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not watching, you can't see the Christmas lights here in August behind Adi right now. So you've been going hard on YouTube for a year, and obviously you're not nowhere near, like, you're scratching the surface, I think, right, in your mind.
So like yesterday, somebody asked me in DM, do you have a YouTube channel? And I responded back, and I tried to make it so that I'm not being completely sarcastic. And I'm just like, I YouTube,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm not at the level I'm trying to be at. And it wasn't sarcastic either. Like I actually meant it, but like they had no idea that like I have like 15,000 subs right now.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, you're not Gary Vaynerchuk, right? But you're not where I am. So you're in the middle between me and Gary Vaynerchuk. If for you guys trying to gauge it out there, Adi's between me and Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm at the bottom. Gary V's at the top. Adi's kind of trying to get to the middle right now. So you're at 15,000 subs, right? And you're grinding for that. Like, people don't understand. I think, okay, so Ari does a video every day. Okay, stop, Ari. Wait 1 second. When I mean every day, okay, every day, Monday through Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, every day, has no girlfriend. Okay, I'm guessing you can't. No life. I think you miss your friends' birthday parties and all this stuff because you
a few of them, not all of them, a few of them. Yeah, I did.
Do a video before you go. Okay, so you're really going hard at this. Okay, and it's taken that long, and you're still like scratching the surface. How much are you getting paid off YouTube right now? I know it's not a lot, but it's something.
This is what we said we're going to be full disclosure about?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I mean, do we have to do like put it this way, this month so far, 15 days, it's been about $975.
Okay. So let's say you make $2,000 this month.
Yeah.
Off YouTube. So I just want people to put this into context, man. Like, you've been going hard for a year. Okay. Eating shit from people, doing a video every day.
Not getting any ass.
Not getting, definitely. Yeah. Anto was in your office last night, unless something happened with you, Anto, and Rafi. But
we try not to mix. You know, we're good friends. We don't want to mess anything. I'm not, guys. I'm actually, I love girls.
Okay.
I really love girls. Just wanted to get that out there because a lot of people, like, they never hear me talk about girls. Like, they might have forgot, like what's his. It's not important. Like, I respect everybody, but yeah, I'm like, completely straight.
Of course. So you're been going, I just want to put it into context because I don't think people understand, like, you've been going at this super, super, super hard, and you're, not to say only making $2,000 a month, but you're only making $2,000 a month off something you've been putting a lot of energy and effort And I think A, why, right? B, like, are you thinking long-term future? Like, why are you able to just, because people are going to want to know, like, people are like, damn, I can't do a video every day for a year. Well, it doesn't stop there. So talk to me about that, because I'm interested, because I haven't asked you that question. What is like your end game?
Okay. So if you made it this far, then I want to congratulate you, because right now is the time where you're going to get fired up to post content that you think is not going to make you any money for the next year. My channel was eligible for monetization on YouTube 6 months ago. As in, I finally was able to start running ads on my videos in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I started going hard in June of last year. Ate shit. I didn't stop at any point. I'm still eating it. I'm still eating the same shit, if not double now. But got monetized this past January. My first month, I made $120. The second month, I made $300. The third month, I went up to $6. I made $6 for a few months after that. Finally broke 1,000 in June. I had a viral month in July, hit about $3,000.
Wow.
Right now, mid-month, I'm at about 1,500. My subscriber count doubled in the past 60 days. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because up until January of this past year, I was only at 1,000 subscribers. I went from 200 to 1,000 in 6 months. I went from 7,000 to 15,000 in 60 days.
Wow.
So the motivation is there, but the results are not overnight. This is just simple, like clear cut.
And the results are still technically, I mean, if people want to break this down, you do this 7 days a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many hours does it take you? 3 hours?
I've cut down after a while, your videos and your ability to actually produce content, the actual time it takes you, don't let this discourage you as well. Before, it used to take me a solid 4 hours. During the winter, I was doing it from my phone because I couldn't justify purchasing a laptop or a better camera just yet. A better camera just yet. So I was using slower and more time-consuming gear, which was costing me 4 hours of my night. So from 9 o'clock till about 1 o'clock was when it finally finished posting.
9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So I want people to understand that, like, oh, wow, you're making $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month on YouTube, but are you guys willing to do that 7 days a week, 4 hours a day for 6 to 7 months? And maybe you'll get to that. Maybe. I got lucky. I got very lucky. And I thank God that, assuming everything stays the exact same as before, it's like talking about my health here. The math doesn't lie. You continually get bigger. The profit goes up. Your production time goes down. Eventually you get to somewhere where somebody's producing the content, or sorry, not producing the content, but editing and posting the content for you. Eventually, you can come to the office, bang out that video in, 15 minutes, and you got somebody else that's posting it for you. So you can go out, go to the bar, hang out with the boys, go to the birthday, find a chick, do shit that, normal, the kids my age, all the normal shit that they do. Or, yeah.
Even better yet, finally get settled down and enjoy life. But for that, if you're not somewhere where you need to be, hopefully you're not hoping to be married anytime soon. Or if you're trying to get started, hopefully you are married and your wife understands completely, like Shantz does. Because clearly Shant's wife is completely okay with it, because she's trying to do her thing on YouTube too, just like me.
Yeah. She doesn't go hard.
Work?
She just does it because she likes it, dude. Like, she's not doing it for any reason besides, like, she puts out different kind of content, and it's just like stuff she likes to talk about, right? But yeah, she's definitely okay. So if you have someone, they have to understand, like, hey, 4 hours a night, 3 hours a night, Instead of watching Netflix, I have to do the video that's not going to make me any money or anything. No one's going to see it. People are going to talk shit about it. So I need to do this for the next year. Doesn't sound fun, bro.
What's your next video on? Do you know?
So I did a vlog the other day. I'm editing that. It's going to be a day in me because I had like 2 closings, blah, blah, blah in a day. So I had vlogged that. I drove about 200 miles that day, dude. It was miserable.
What?
Yeah. So I did that. I have a few videos coming up about some different cities here in the Phoenix area. Just going to talk about, just what there is to do here, why people should move here.
I love that.
And why not? And why people, I put a video up the other day, why you shouldn't buy a house. Some people shouldn't buy a house. Yeah.
That sounds like my video, why you shouldn't hire me.
Yeah. Because it's true. Sometimes, like, I don't know what to tell you. Everyone's like, oh, I love the videos where people in real estate, they say, oh, the market is this. It's the best time to sell your house. And for you buyers, it's the best time to buy a house. It doesn't make sense.
Which one is it?
Yeah. So to me, I just keep it real, man. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't buy a house if you fit in this category. So
how do you find, because you're in a unique position where there's chances are you search YouTube and somebody, like 10 people have already covered that same topic. What are your thoughts on making a video where 10 people have already done it?
Yeah, I see that all the time. End of the day, man, like, mine's going to be better. I feel, right? I just get better with every video. I'm not great. I'm not good at it yet, but mine will be better. And you know what? People vibe with different people. So someone who saw that one may not vibe with that person. They're going to vibe with me. And you know what? End of the day, I don't care if anyone sees it anymore. I literally just putting out shit just to because I actually enjoy it now. I actually really, really enjoy it. And it's just fun to put out video, man. Like, it's you. It's sick.
I like it too. I think that ultimately you gotta love the idea behind why you're doing it. You may not love the topic of the video that you're trying to make, but you gotta love, why you're doing it to begin with. Like, somebody wants me to cover a Tesla and the lease program. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to I don't want to risk even getting sued by Elon Musk.
Elon Musk sniping you during the
yeah, man. Because like that, I can't, I don't even like to talk about it. None of it. But you got to do it. You got to do it because that that's something interesting that people will want to watch, even if you have no interest in even talking about it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's informative. People need to hear about it. Whether you like it or not, people got to hear about it. And then, speaking about, having your significant other on board, taking Betty out to her birthday dinner tonight, and she's like giving me the evil eye because it was supposed to be like an hour ago, but this podcast and you guys, not more important, but important.
Very, very good point that you just made. Just to clarify and summarize, Shant found himself the person that I wish that I could find. It is her birthday dinner, and she completely understands the fact that you've got to record a podcast.
Yeah. So any ladies out there, hit up my boy Ari.
So I think just to summarize, Shant, I don't think at this point, if I didn't stress it enough, and if you didn't stress it enough, I'm just going to say it one more time.
Yeah.
Not caring about who sees it from your friends and what sort of opinions that they have. If your friends want to hang out, you know what the right thing to do is, and it's to just post the content that you think people will find interesting. Because ultimately, even if it isn't interesting, right, but you thought it was interesting, that's just all a part of your character. That's just your personality. And ultimately, your personality is going to shine through. So if you're a douchebag and you're making the video, at the very least, you'll have saved that person that's coming to you to do the transaction or whatever it is that you offer. They'll know going forward that you're a douchebag. Yeah. And if you're a nice guy and you're portraying yourself, or if you're a douchebag and you're portraying yourself as a nice guy, ultimately they're going to find out eventually that you're actually a douchebag. So it's just super, super important to just be you, not care about any of your surroundings affecting you being able to put out whatever you found to be interesting, and just be yourself and just pound them out if you're trying to be big on social or use social to your advantage, because everything else that you're thinking about doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it any better. Only thing I would add is you're going to suck in the beginning, and it's okay.
I kind of suck now. I couldn't record it one take. I couldn't. There needs to be a few snips here and there.
Yeah.
Nobody's great. Even, TV show hosts, they're using teleprompters, bro. So, but I had a lot of fun talking about this.
Yeah. This one was good, man. I hope everyone enjoyed this one, because this was as real as I think we could get. Ari definitely shared a lot of good stuff on this one. So, yes.
I hope you guys loved it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, you got some dinner to eat, bro. Thank you.
Right, guys.
Thank you for making it to episode number 3 and letting me sit down with you and, letting me talk your ear off too.
I'll see you and hear you next week.
Can't wait, buddy.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night, Sean.
All right. Good night, Hadi.
Bye, buddy.